Now that Thanksgiving is here, it is time to answer the questions that were submitted to me. Without any further ado, let's read the list. 29Gish asks, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck Chuck Norris? Over 9,000 pounds of wood. The 8-bit Mario 543 asks, what's your favorite video game of all time? Super Mario Galaxy. Agenticemanrs, also known as Dr. Eggman, asked me, what will be your next game for your next Let's Play? It'll probably be a redo of my Pokemon Snap Let's Play, or if I get a DS capture card, it might even be Heart Gold, or, if I'm lucky to get a PSP capture card, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. I'll have a lot of fun talking about the game's plot holes. Though I still like the game, there's still some things I love to bring up. What capture card do you use? I use a Dazzle capture card until it broke. I hope I can get a new one. Do you intend to do any more commentaries? I probably will. Even though my most recent commentary was a commentary on Savage Rider's Frozen Rant this spring, I'm not giving up. It's just hard to find commentary material nowadays without breaking these stupid rules that all these morons made up. Metroid or Zelda? Zelda. Alex's Suicune asked me, when did you start YouTube? Back in 2009. What's it like to be so awesome? It's awesome. Is it hard to manage a YouTube channel? At times. Sometimes it's really annoying having to repeatedly delete and remake a video because of these stupid copyright Nazis. Anything Agency asks, what do you use to edit? What microphone do you use? I use Movie Maker and a headset microphone. Aquastarmarine asks, how are you inspired to make countdowns in the first place? I was inspired by the Autark and Josh Scorcher. Who's your favorite Psychic-type Pokemon? I'd have to say Metagross. Arandompikminfan asks, favorite Yoshi game? Yoshi's Island DS. Least favorite Yoshi game? I haven't played any bad ones, but if I had to pick just one, it would be Yoshi's Story. It's still a great game, I just like the Yoshi's Island games more. Most violent game you've played? Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Favorite Mega Man game? Either 2 or X. Favorite indie game? Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Best Ryan Randall Mills commentary? None of them. I'm not really interested in his content because of his poorly drawn avatar and how I just find his jokes to be really forced. Are you a fan of Mr. Enter? No, and I'll explain why in a little bit. BeakerMaru777 asks, what Pokemon do you want to have a Mega Evolution? I want to see Azumarill and Wigglytuff get a Mega Evolution so that they can become actually good. I also really want Arceus to have one, as stupid as this sounds, because I want it to once again make sense for it being the god of all Pokemon, because some genius decided to make other legendaries more powerful than it. Billyjuicefish's question is, what's your opinion on still being obligated to serve mandatory military service in a neutral country like Switzerland? I wouldn't know since I don't do that. Blobbyrock asks, do you plan on doing any other videos on top 10s in the future? Well, I also make commentaries, but I'm also thinking of making a series where I review bad movies or episodes like Mr. Enter does. I just have to get permission first. Blueguy asked me, will you do any amiibo hunting videos? I'm sorry, but I don't really have a reason to. Brawl Bozo asks, what's the first game you completed 100%? Yoshi's Island, specifically the Game Boy Advance version. Britt Pearson asks, which game or game company inspired you to start making videos? I wasn't inspired by a game company, I was inspired by other video makers because I enjoyed watching their content. Brightendall094 asks, have you ever considered playing the Etrian Odyssey games? I haven't really thought of doing so because I don't know much about them. The Devious Duplighost asks, have you ever played the Portal series? Sorry, but no. I think they look quite repetitive. However, I will admit the jokes are funny. If one game could get remade or have a sequel, what would you want it to be? Sonic 06, because if the pieces were set together correctly, it could have been probably the most epic game in the world. Who is your favorite starter Pokemon? Trico. Have you played any fighting games other than Smash? If so, what are your favorites? Does Punch-Out on the arcade count? If not, then no, I haven't. What are your thoughts on Shovel Knight? While I don't think it's quite as good as everyone says it is, it's a pretty awesome game. Who's your favorite Mega Evolution? Mega Gyarados. Have you ever played Danganronpa or watched Danganronpa the animation? If so, what are your thoughts? I haven't played or seen it. Have you ever seen Rick and Morty? If so, what are your thoughts? No, I haven't seen it. What are your top 3 favorite episodes of SpongeBob? In no particular order. It'd have to be Christmas Who, It's a SpongeBob Christmas, and probably Have You Seen the Snail? What is your favorite thing to do, other than playing video games and making videos in your spare time? Playing with Legos. What are your thoughts on Avatar The Last Airbender, Steven Universe, and Gravity Falls if you've seen them? I haven't gotten around to seeing either of them. Out of the three, I'd probably say I'm more interested in Gravity Falls, and even then I haven't seen it, and I don't even know why I haven't seen it. What's your favorite sitcom? Big Bang Theory. What's your favorite handheld game? Either Pokemon Emerald or Black and White 1. What's your favorite Smash Bros. Game? I'll answer this question a couple times throughout this Q&A. Have you ever played Project M? No, I haven't because I don't want to risk supporting piracy. If you could give one character a theme from another game, who is it and what theme would it be? Wow, that's a tough question. I'd probably have to give the Splatoon Inklings the Mantis Storm boss theme. Have you seen the Dragon Ball series? Sorry, but no. What's your favorite weapon in Kid Icarus Uprising? I never really pay attention to the weapons I use because I pay more attention to the game, but I'd probably have to go with the Pandora's Claws. What's your favorite and least favorite parts of Xenoblade? My favorite would probably be Valak Mountain, especially during the night, because it looks absolutely beautiful. And my least favorite would have to be that stupid spike status effect, because when combined with the game's collision detection, you can die straight out of nowhere. What was your favorite show as a kid? Thomas. Diamond Swag 12 asked me, do you like Smash Brothers? Of course I do. Distortedpixel asked me what my longest gaming session is. Geez, that's a really hard question considering how many times I've played video games in my entire life. But I'd have to say when I played online with a lot of people in Brawl for probably about 3 hours. Dpolaristar asked me, if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? I would want to have ghost powers just like Danny Phantom, so that if I forget something at home, I could just fly home and get it. What's your favorite animal? Dogs. Define what your ideal game is. It would be a game that has the greatest soundtrack ever, one with epic bosses, an amazing story, and little to no flaws in it, and an after game that'll really keep you busy. Dynamo Rocks for sure asks, favorite region in the main series Pokemon games? The Unova region because of how outright massive and beautiful it is. Favorite current gen console? The Wii U. Thoughts on Mario & Luigi Paper Jam? I'm pretty excited for it. I'm honestly not worried about it being like Sticker Star like most people are, since like I said earlier, I actually like Sticker Star. But I am worried that it will be filled to the brim with pointless padding like Mario & Luigi Dream Team was. Etherealblue asks, if you could be in any video game, which one would you choose? Pokemon Black and White. Why would you choose it? Because I would love to befriend some Pokemon and go wherever I want, and the reason I chose Black and White was because I love the Unova region. What would you like to do in that game? I would make friends with some Pokemon and some people, and I would travel places. Floyd Pinkerton asks me, what do you think of Obama trying to initiate a race war and whose side will you be on for it? I know nothing about this. Are you an avid supporter of eugenics? Not really, since I think that not all people are special. What are your thoughts on Joseph Stalin? I have no idea who that is. Unit 731, Japan's biggest mistake or greatest achievement. I've never seen it, but I think it sounds somewhat interesting. Frannybombs asks me, do you feel you've gotten any better since the Bob commentary on you? Yeah, I feel like I've gotten better. Gabby the Goodra asks, what's your worst fear? Global warming. Grandmaster Flare asks, favorite countdown maker? Josh Scorcher. Least favorite content maker? That would probably be this guy named LittleBigPlanetFan or something. I don't remember his channel username, but I do remember that Master TP10 did a riff on his top 10 video game bad guys, which was just one of the weirdest countdowns I've ever seen. I don't hate LittleBigPlanetFan as a person, but his countdowns were just weird. He probably is making better countdowns somewhere else, and I probably just don't know. But as of now, I'll just go with LittleBigPlanetFan. Favorite Pokemon? Kyogre. What's your opinion on Gravity Falls, Steven Universe, Rick and Morty, and My Little Pony? I would probably like to see Gravity Falls, but never got around to it for some weird reason. I haven't seen Steven Universe or Rick and Morty, and I will never watch My Little Pony because I'm not interested in it. Favorite Mega Man game? Either 2 or X. Biggest guilty pleasure of a movie? That's actually a tie between the Cat in the Hat live action movie and Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I know both of those movies were really, really bad, but I just get this strange enjoyment out of them. Are you a fan of Mr. Enter? No, not anymore. He used to be an awesome reviewer, but now I think his reviews are boring because they're on completely unfamiliar shows. I mean, who the heck has ever heard of Angela Anaconda? Also, he doesn't even attempt to make jokes anymore. His thumbnails aren't as awesome as they used to be. He blocks people who he doesn't even know just because they say there's a difference between cyberbullying and trolling, and he's one of the biggest jerks to his fans I've ever seen. Favorite SpongeBob episode? Either It's a SpongeBob Christmas or Christmas Who. Favorite indie game? Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Favorite Valve game? Never played any. Star Wars or Star Trek? Star Wars. How do you come up with your YouTube username? I've said this a lot, but meta comes from Meta Knight, and the second part comes from how this is my second account. Favorite and least favorite internet meme? My favorite is
snooping as usual, I see.
And my least favorite is probably the Youngster Joey meme. I mean, literally every time I see a Let's Player face a Rattata, they always make that stupid joke. It's not funny. It's annoying. Do you hate watch any YouTubers? No. Because if I were to just subscribe to someone for the purpose of hating their videos, that would give them another subscriber, and I don't really think they deserve subscribers. Any content maker you feel deserves more love? Yes. Chaos Key gets a lot of hate in the Countdown community because reasons that no one will even bother elaborating. You can't just hate on someone without giving a good reason as to why. Ever played World of Warcraft? No. You hyped for Overwatch? Never heard of it. What do you feel are your strengths and weaknesses when it comes to countdown making? Well, I elaborate as much as I can on my points, and I try to look for really good quality footage, but sometimes I don't elaborate enough. The Guildmaster asks me, cringiest quote of yours? Probably in my 20 hardest bosses list where I transitioned to it to the number 1 entry. Favorite quote in gaming? I don't know, but I'd probably have to say some quotes from the Snake Codex in Brawl. What do you think of Chaps? When I first read your question, I didn't know who they were, but eventually I found their channel, and the Challengers Approaching channel seems like a pretty interesting YouTube channel. I hope I can be a part of it in the future. Honest John asks, what are your thoughts on asexuals? I'm okay with them. Would you devour a capybara's esophagus if it meant your family would never perish? I would have no choice but to do that, but I would cook it first. Hunter Banks asked me, what is the best and worst movie you've seen this year? The best would be The Inside Out because of how cute it is and because it has an amazing concept. As for worst, it'll be the movie Home. The jokes were lame, the story was incredibly cliched, and oh sounds like someone who's trying but failing at being thoughtful. Do you think the gaming industry has gotten better or worse over the years? While Microsoft and Sega have gotten worse, I think Nintendo has gotten better over the years. What are your thoughts on the internet show Death Battle? Never seen it. What are your thoughts on reaction videos? It depends on how entertaining they are. What is the best and worst anime you've seen? I've only seen one anime, that being the Pokemon anime. What are your thoughts on wrestling? I haven't watched it that much. What is your favorite and least favorite countdown that you made? My favorite would probably be least favorite Kingdom Hearts bosses or 26 games I played in 2013. My least favorite would either be top 10 Killjoys or my worst cliches list. The original 2011 version, not the 2014 version. What are your thoughts on pop music? It's kinda nice. What video game crossovers do you want to happen? Like I said last year, I want a Zelda and Kingdom Hearts crossover, but it will likely not happen because of the stupid hatred Nintendo and Square Enix have for each other. What do you think is the best and worst animated show currently airing on TV? Best would probably be the Pokemon TV show, and worst? I wouldn't know because I haven't seen any of the bad ones that are on, so I just have to go with the one I think sounds more annoying, which would be Sanjay and Craig. The Internet's Blaziken asks, what is your response to all the criticism you've received? It depends on how they act. If people bring up very good points, I'm glad about it. But sometimes people can either come off as disrespectful, or some of them whine about stuff that no one cares about. But I've still taken a lot of criticism to heart. Are you a brony? No, nor will I ever be. Itsavgbltpta asks, what's your favorite giant robot? I'd have to say Megaleg. Jamiefodonnell asks, heard of Shovel Knight? If so, what's your favorite member of the Order of No Quarter? Probably Treasure Knight. Joshua8428 asks me, why don't you like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? Because I think it looks kinda girly. No offense to the fans of it. What do you think is the best game you played on the Wii U so far? Super Mario 3D World. Have you seen my comic reviews? No. Do you have Mario Maker? Yes. If so, then what are your favorite levels and favorite levels you created? My favorite level I created is probably this remake of the first Super Mario Land stage, and my favorite that I've seen would be this level called Memories of Sponge, or The Great Escape, because of how much thought were put into them. What is your favorite weapon in Splatoon if people had to hold you down and force you to choose? The roller. What are your thoughts on my Krobo Productions false commentary? No offense, but I haven't seen it. Did you know there's huge similarities between Sonic and Rainbow Dash? No. Have you heard of Gnoggin? No. What's your favorite death battle? Haven't seen any episodes of it. Kaitos106 asks, what do you think of Cloud getting into Smash 4? I'm glad I got in. Now I finally have something Square Enix related in Smash. I would have never expected him to get in. Though it would have surprised me more if some unthinking jerk named Skyward Wing hadn't spoiled it for me. Kitsunehawk asked me, what do you think is the most difficult part of being a YouTube content creator? trying to get help with my scripts because a lot of people are busy for most of the time. Either that or trying to find 720p footage without watermarks or black bars. Lord Hapa asks me, have you still not heard of the name Adult Christian? Well, I might have heard it sometime, but probably only because the last time you asked. Lordalexaccess asks, who's your favorite Smash 4 character to play? Meta Knight. Luigi999 asks, what's your favorite movie? I know I'm gonna get a lot of backlash for saying this, but Frozen is my favorite movie of all time. Are you a Star Wars fan? Yes, I like Star Wars. Who's your main in Smash 4? Meta Knight. What's your favorite Smash Bros. Game? Either Wii U or Brawl. What's your least favorite Smash Bros. Game? The original Smash because of how outdated it is. What's your favorite console? The Wii U. What's your least favorite console? The PS1. No reason, I just don't like it as much as the others. Lunartanooki asks, thoughts on the Draw to Life series? I haven't played them. Thoughts on Cloud being confirmed as DLC for Smash 3DS and Wii U? Like I said, I would have never expected him. I would rather have Sora gotten in, but at the same time, it makes more sense for Cloud to get in than for Sora to get in. Favorite cartoon currently airing? SpongeBob. What games are you currently hyped for? Since I don't want the answer to drag on for too long, I'll only list my top 5. Xenoblade Chronicles X, Mario & Luigi Paper Jam, Shantae Half Genie Hero, Zelda Wii U, and Kingdom Hearts 3, in no particular order. Mellowgirl asks, do you like the Total Drama series, and if so, who's your favorite character? Sorry, but I haven't seen it, but I've heard decent stories about it. Michael Hall asks, thoughts on top 5 tuna in gaming? Well, I've seen that video by your request, and, well, not that it was a bad video, I can excuse most of the faults because it was an April Fool's special, but some of the jokes seemed to drag on for a bit too long. Michaelette asks, what do you use as an editing software and what do you use for a mic? No offense, but I recommend shelling out some cash and upgrading both. I use a headset microphone like most people were begging me to get, and I got Movie Maker because Sony Vegas is too expensive. Micah Cariglio asks, who's your favorite unit in Fire Emblem Awakening? That'll be Lucina. No, not for that reason, you sickos. It's because she's the most sympathetic character in the game. Who's your least favorite unit in Fire Emblem Awakening? I can't really say since I didn't hate anyone, but I'd have to say Donald. I don't hate him, but I found no reason to use him. What's your favorite Mario Kart 8 stage track? My favorite level in the game would be Toad Harbor. What's your favorite final boss theme, besides the one from Superstar Saga? Well, even if you counted that out, it would still be different. Mine is the final boss theme from Spirit Tracks. Which music from Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby do you like best? It would probably be the Latias flying theme. Mosslove66 asks me, favorite mid-meal snack? I'd probably have to say frosted cookies. What do you think of Hillary's email scandal? I have no idea what that is. Mr.12603 asks, when will you start your Twitter? I haven't started one yet, but I might someday. Don't know when I will, though. Favorite meme?
Snooping as usual, I see.
Mr. Kylo2 asks, have you watched a Kirby anime before? No, but I've seen clips of it in certain YouTube poops. Mr. Wildcard531 asks, are you a brony? No. What is your favorite and least favorite movie? My favorite is Frozen, and my least favorite is Maleficent. What is your favorite and least favorite TV show or cartoon? My favorite is SpongeBob, and my least favorite? Well, since I haven't seen a lot of the more notorious ones, I'll have to go with Back at the Barnyard. What is your favorite and least favorite video game? My favorite is Mario Galaxy, while my least favorite is Final Fantasy III for the DS. Who is your favorite and least favorite countdown artist? My favorite is Josh Scorcher, and my least favorite is this Little Big Planet fan guy for reasons I explained earlier. NES Mario123 asked me, have you listened to Vaporwave? Unless there are songs I have listened to that I don't know are from Vaporwave, then no, I haven't. Newcastle M Hall 1 asks me, thoughts on Danganronpa? Don't plan on getting it. Thoughts on Undertale? Never played it. Will you acknowledge my feedback? Yes, I acknowledged it in the Skype comments. Princess Celestia asked me, favorite and least favorite Pokemon type? My favorite is Ice and my least favorite is Normal. Roxinator asks, do you have any pets? Yes, I have a dog. Randezzo27 asks, what game do you want to play? I'd like to play a lot of games such as Billy Hatcher Giant Egg, Mother 3, Nights into Dreams, etc. Do you want an icebreaker? As long as they're not the minty kind, I'd probably love one. Renorebirth asks me, what is your favorite sport? Golf. Do you prefer blonde or brunettes? Kinda both. What's for dinner? Octorok. Can you pick me up from work? I would love to, but I don't have a driver's license. Do you have the power of God? No. What's your favorite tweet from that Moss? I don't know. Space Jam or Osmosis Jones? I don't know since I don't know much about them. Who's the best dubstep artist? Probably WikiWow. I know he's mostly a YouTube pooper, but he's made some dubstep references in some of his videos. Rhino SCE asked me, what video are you most proud of? That'll be my worst Kingdom Hearts bosses or my 2013 games list. Robby Morris asks me, favorite planet besides Earth? Probably Saturn. Favorite state? Either Florida or Wisconsin. I don't live in either of those places, but Wisconsin has the Wisconsin Dells, which I really like, and Florida has my favorite place in the world, Disney World. Least favorite state? I wouldn't know since I don't really have anything against any states. Favorite country? The United States. Least favorite country? Well, I've only been to 3 countries, so I wouldn't know. Favorite school subject? Math. Least favorite school subject? History. Inspiration to do YouTube? I saw a lot of great videos on YouTube, like some History Behind Smash Brothers videos and top 10 videos. Favorite video you made? Probably top 26 games I played in 2013, or top 10 least favorite Kingdom Hearts bosses. Least favorite video I made? Like I said, either Killjoys or the 2011 version of my worst cliches. Most overrated video game? Mario Party 2. I don't understand what makes it better than all the other Mario Party games. I mean, it introduced luck-based minigames, and some minigames are just reused from the first one. Not to insult the people who like it, but just saying. Favorite and least favorite Family Guy character? My favorite would be Peter Griffin, and my least favorite would be Quagmire. Sean S. asks, what are your thoughts on BZ Oscuro? Never heard of him. Shadow Knight of Light asks, do you like white mages? Yes. What about black and red ones? I like them too. What character do you think won the Smash Ballot? I'm gonna guess King K. Rool. You hyped for Shenmue 3? I don't know much about it. You hyped for Mighty No. 9? Never played it. You hyped for Igavania? Never heard of it. Shadow Koopa 27 asks, do you like Kingdom Hearts Recoded? No, I don't. But I understand if you like it. Do you plan on getting The World Ends With You? Not at the moment. What's your least favorite gaming franchise? I will only talk about the ones I've played, which will be Animal Crossing. I don't hate them, but I think they get very dull very easily. Do you plan on getting Apollo Justice? Not bashing on it, but there are other games I'd rather spend my time with. I may pick it up someday. Soul King 100 asks me what my favorite anime is. The only one I've seen is the Pokemon anime. Sonic Wand 335 asks, how many amiibos do you have currently? None. Do you plan on doing YouTube videos more often? I'm trying to do them a lot, it's just that I either don't have enough time or have to get my scripts looked over. What's the biggest Killjoy in any game? Even though I said in my Killjoys list that it was a fishing mission in Final Fantasy VI, now that I think about it, the biggest Killjoy for me is the time where you have to bring Coral back to the stupid treasure chest monster in Final Fantasy VI. How long does it take you to make a video? A few weeks. Is there any game you consider underrated or appreciated? Yes, I made an entire list of it. Games like Sticker Star, Yoshi's Island DS, Spirit Tracks, Sacred Stones, etc. Why did you choose Meta Knight to be your mascot? Because I had a lot of trouble beating him in Boss Rush of Nightmare in Dreamland. I thought he was a very formidable opponent, so I used him in Brawl, and I got addicted to playing as him really fast. Supersonic5432 asks, how long does it take to make a countdown? A couple weeks for me. Do you look back on previous countdowns and have any regrets from them? Yes. I regret making my Killjoys list, the original version of my top 10 Kirby games, my 20 hardest bosses of 2011, and a couple other countdowns. Superweapon664 asks, which video game franchise should be returned to their former glory? Crash Bandicoot or Spyro the Dragon? Or both? If so, why? I'd rather have Crash return to its former glory because I haven't played any Spyro games, but it'd be nice if they both were to return to their roots. If they return Crash Bandicoot, should they continue after Mind Over Mutant or reboot the franchise? They should reboot the franchise. He also was asking me these questions about when certain franchises will come back, but I'm not going to answer them because how am I supposed to know the answer? What do I look like, a fortune teller? Tails Dolls Minion asks, thoughts on PC gaming? I haven't played that much PC games. Do you think you'll ever create a Steam account? I probably will someday, but don't count on it. Favorite Final Fantasy game? Final Fantasy IV. Opinion on Professor Layton and Ace Attorney? Never played them. Which game were you most excited about playing in 2016? Zelda Wii U. Thoughts on Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, and Sly Cooper? I'm not interested in them. Thoughts on the Persona series? Again, not really interested. Do you own any amiibo? No, I don't. Most hypocritical YouTuber ever? The mysterious Mr. Enter. Because he's like, you are free to criticize my videos, but if you do so much as call me out for my mistakes, you are blocked. Thoughts on Freedom Planet? I'm thinking of getting it someday. Thoughts on Dust and Elysian Tale? Haven't played it. Thoughts on Cave Story? I heard it's a very difficult game, but I haven't played so I wouldn't know. Have you ever done a Nuzlocke before? No, I haven't, but I'm wondering if I could someday. Thoughts on Five Nights at Freddy's? I haven't played it, but it sounds pretty creepy. Is Shrek Love? Is Shrek Life? I don't know since I haven't seen that video. Or Cory in the House and Paul Blart Mall Cop Amazing Anime? I haven't seen Cory in the House, but Mall Cop is a guilty pleasure of mine. Opinion on the expand D-word meme? It's pretty funny. Tale of the Toaster asks, what do you like better, American pancakes or crepes? I'd say American pancakes. Tanuki Toad asks me, favorite Fire-type Pokemon? Arcanine. Favorite Smash Bros. Game? Either Brawl or the Wii U version. Favorite Mario power-up? The Catsuit. Favorite world in the first Kingdom Hearts game? Wonderland. I love the scenery and music and the bizarre room with the ability to walk on walls and ceiling if you enter from certain areas. And there's a much better reason for not letting us fight the Queen of Hearts than for the reasons of not letting us fight Gaston or the villain from Big Hero 6. The only thing I didn't like was the boss, Trickmaster. The Black Serpent Beta asked me, what was your reaction to discovering that Santa Claus wasn't real? I reacted the same way Buzz Lightyear did when he found out that he wasn't a real space ranger. The Hockey Gamer asked me, would you smooch a ghost? As long as it's cute and won't steal my soul, yes. Have you played Undertale, and if so, what do you think of it? No, I haven't played it. The PokeFan891 asks, what's your favorite and least favorite Cartoon Network show? My favorite is the Pokemon anime, and I haven't watched any Cartoon Network shows I say are necessarily bad, so I'll just pick my least favorite one that I've seen. That'll be the new Tom and Jerry season. It's not bad, but I just like the original Tom and Jerry more. I had to pick something for my least favorite. Is there any non-Nintendo games you're interested in playing? I'm thinking of maybe getting Spyro, Billy Hatcher, or Knights. Out of the three, I'm more interested in Knights, but unfortunately I don't have a Dreamcast. What's your favorite game you've played in 2015 so far? Either Pokepark 2 Wonders Beyond, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, Xenoblade Chronicles, or Yoshi's Woolly World. Is there any cartoon you enjoyed that others didn't? Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness. I love the fact that there's so many different villains and the awesome scenes. And when the episodes are good, they're really good. The only flaw, other than a couple bad episodes, is how cocky Poe can be. Is there an RPG series you don't have any interest in? If so, why? Persona. The reason being because I just don't think it looks all that interesting. Would you ever get a PS3 or PS4? I'm going to get a PS4 for the sole purpose of being able to play Kingdom Hearts 3. Why do you like playing games on Nintendo consoles? Because I just think they look and play out more interesting to me. What animated movies do you despise with a burning passion? That's an easy one. Over the Hedge, Home, and most of Disney's sequels, especially Scamp's Adventure and Return to Neverland. Tim5L asks, is there a chance you could eventually do a Draw My Life video? Don't plan on it. Twisted Ganondorf asks, do you have any favorite bands? I'd probably have to say those bands that play on some of those sports games. What music do you like outside of video game music? I like certain pop songs, and I like songs from movies and TV shows. Have you ever thought about remaking some of your worst lists and improving them? Well, there's a chance I might someday. I don't have any in mind, except for my hated characters list. And at the time you asked this, I was also working on my Kirby games list since my original was utter garbage that I had to delete it. Ween or Wine or Winnie, however you pronounce his name, asked, what's your favorite professional athlete and why? I can't say who because it would technically give away where I live. Zev Sorokin asks, what's your life motto? I don't really have one. Hardest game you've played? Castlevania 1 on the NES. Z Pokemon Fan A asks, who do you main in Smash 4? Well, I think it's kind of obvious, no offense, but my main is Meta Knight. What character do you want to see the most as DLC in Smash 4? Shantae. Would you love to see Kingdom Hearts 3 on either the Wii U or upcoming NX console? I would love to, because I don't want to have to buy a PS4 just to get one game. I would get it anyways if Kingdom Hearts 3 was on the PS4 and not the Wii U or NX, but it would still be nice. What are your thoughts on the Twilight Princess HD remake? Even though I have no reason to get it since I already have the original Twilight Princess, I'm glad they announced it. Do you own any amiibos? No, because I don't think I have any reason to other than for Mario Maker, and even then I don't think it's worth it if I lose the figurine. Oh, and speaking of Super Mario Maker, that's where his next question comes in. What are your thoughts on Super Mario Maker? I love it, but it does kind of get dull after a while, and it does look odd seeing newer enemies photoshopped into certain bits, especially the Hammer Brothers in the Mario World format. What are your thoughts on the channel called Versus? I love their channel. What is your least favorite JRPG? Final Fantasy III for the DS. What browser do you prefer the most? Probably Google Chrome. What do you think of all these Darude Sandstorm comments that pop up all over YouTube? I like the song, but I hate the stupid meme that it spawned. People are such jerks. I want to know the actual name of a song, and these people are pretty much shoving a giant middle finger in my face for wanting to know the name. What did I do to deserve this? Do you play Cards Against Humanity? No. What's the best and worst video game you've played for the first time this year? I haven't decided on best. It would probably have to be either Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, Pokepark 2 Wonders Beyond, Xenoblade Chronicles, or Yoshi's Woolly World. As for worst, it would be Earthbound Beginnings. It's incredibly outdated. The graphics are like 4-bit despite being an 8-bit game. Your attacks don't pass on to the next target if you defeat an enemy, and it has one of the worst final levels I've ever seen in a video game. If you could pick any location from any video game to go for summer vacation, where would you go and why? No contest, Isle Delfino. It will be a lot of fun doing all the sightseeing. The hotel would be very nice, and I would love going to Peanut Park. Well, that's the last of them. Thank you all for submitting your questions, and I will see you in my next video. Take care everyone, and happy Thanksgiving!